It's the story that has everyone talking again. Shinyu has finally broken her silence. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our updates on this emotional roller coaster between Shinyu and Dylanwang. Because what she just revealed changes everything. For years, fans have speculated, whispered, and wondered about what really happened between the two stars who once defined the chemistry of a generation. Shinyu and Dylanwang, the faces of Meteor Garden, the dream duo who turned their on-screen love into something that fans swore was too real to be acting. Their every glance, every laugh, every interview together, it all felt so authentic. And when rumors of them being together off-screen began to swirl, no one was surprised. But what did shock everyone was how it all seemed to quietly fall apart. There was no big announcement, no public fallout, no scandal splashed across the headlines. Just silence. Shinyu and Dylan went their separate ways, focusing on different projects, avoiding each other's names in interviews, as if trying to erase what once felt magical. Yet, their loyal fans never stopped believing that something deeper was left unsaid. And now, after all this time, Shinyu has finally opened up, and her words have left everyone in shock. During a recent sit-down interview, when asked if she ever regretted letting someone go in her life, Shinyu hesitated, smiled faintly, and then said, "I left him for one reason only." The room went silent. The interviewer leaned in. And that's when Shinyu took a deep breath and began to explain what really happened. She didn't name Dylan directly, but she didn't have to. Every word, every emotion in her voice told the story that fans already knew in their hearts. Shinyu said, "Sometimes love isn't about what feels right in the moment. Sometimes it's about what you know will hurt less in the long run. I left because I didn't want to destroy something beautiful by forcing it to fit a life that wasn't ready for it." Those words hit fans hard. For years, many had speculated that her relationship with Dylan had been complicated by fame, timing, and the pressure of being under constant public scrutiny. Both of them were skyrocketing to success, Dylan with his rising popularity in dramas, endorsements, and films, and Shinyu with her charming girl-next-door image that made her one of the most beloved actresses of her generation. But behind the glamour, there was tension. Close insiders revealed that their connection, while genuine, was constantly challenged by their demanding schedules and the fear of public backlash. They were incredibly close, one crew member once shared anonymously. But they also had to hide so much. Every look, every moment off camera was under a microscope. Shinyu's recent confession seems to confirm those whispers. She said she chose peace over passion, that she needed to protect both of them from a world that wasn't kind to their truth. And the way she said it, calm, almost bittersweet, made it clear this wasn't about anger or betrayal. It was about acceptance. Fans immediately flooded social media with emotional reactions. Hashtags like #ShinyuBreaksSilence and #DylanAncientTruth began trending within hours. One fan wrote, "She didn't leave because she stopped loving him. She left because she did love him, too much to let fame ruin what they had." Another commented, "This feels like closure, but also heartbreak." They were each other's first real connection in the industry. But what about Dylan? Has he responded to Shinyu's words? Interestingly, just a day after her interview went viral, Dylan made a post on his official page, no caption, no long statement, just a photo of the sunset with a single quote, "Some people you never stop caring for, you just learn to let them go." Fans were stunned. The timing was too perfect. Too aligned with Shinyu's revelation. It felt like a silent conversation between two souls who had finally said everything they needed to say, not with words, but with emotion. People who followed their journey since Meteor Garden couldn't help but revisit the moments that defined their bond. Those behind-the-scenes clips where Dylan would gently fix Shinyu's hair, or the press conferences where their laughter felt unscripted, unguarded. Even during interviews years later, when asked about their chemistry, Dylan would always pause for a split second longer than usual before giving a diplomatic answer. That hesitation said more than words ever could. In her interview, Shinyu was also asked if she believed two people who once loved each other could ever go back to what they had. Her response was quiet but profound. "I don't think love ever disappears," she said. "It just changes shape. Sometimes it becomes friendship. Sometimes it becomes a memory that you protect. And sometimes, it stays in your heart, reminding you who you used to be." Those words struck fans deeply, because they sounded less like theory, and more like confession. It was as if she was speaking directly to Dylan, or perhaps to herself. Industry insiders have long known that both stars have maintained mutual respect. Despite going their own ways, they never spoke ill of one another, never fueled gossip, never let bitterness take the spotlight. And now, with this new revelation, it's clearer than ever, their story was never about drama or betrayal. It was about timing. About two people who loved each other but couldn't stay together in the storm of fame. Many fans are now rewatching old interviews and clips, searching for hidden signs, the subtle looks, the smiles that lingered too long, the laughter that seemed to hold 1,000 unsaid words. In one fan edit that went viral recently, Shinyu's quote, "I left him for one reason only," plays over a montage of her and Dylan's sweetest Meteor Garden scenes, ending with his line, "I'll always wait for you." The video has millions of views and thousands of comments, many from fans saying they're crying all over again. It's fascinating how their story, real or rumored, continues to touch hearts years later. Because whether it was an actual romantic relationship or just a deep emotional bond, Dylan and Shinyu represented something that people crave in today's world: authenticity. Their connection felt real because it was real, even if it wasn't labeled or made public. Now, as Shinyu steps into a new phase of her life and career, her vulnerability in that interview shows growth, maturity, and courage. She didn't owe anyone an explanation, yet she chose to open up, not to reignite rumors, but to bring closure. And yet, the irony is that her honesty only made fans love them both even more. Has become more than just a headline. It's a reminder of how complicated love can be, especially when lived in the public eye. It's easy to assume, to judge, to romanticize, but at its core, it's simply human. Two people who met too soon, fell too deep, and had to step back before the world tore them apart. As the video continues to trend, fans keep leaving messages like, "If love is real, it finds its way back." Others simply say, "Thank you, Shinyu, for being honest. We finally understand." And perhaps that's all she wanted, not sympathy, not attention, just understanding. Because when she said those words, "I left him for one reason only," the world finally listened, and for the first time, it felt like her side of the story was being heard. And somewhere, maybe, Dylan heard it too. Love stories don't always end with a wedding or a happily ever after. Sometimes, they end quietly, with respect, with peace, with memories that refuse to fade. And for Dylan and Shinyu, that might be enough. So as fans keep replaying their old interviews and clips, searching for the truth between their smiles, one thing remains undeniable: theirs was a connection that outlived time, distance, and silence. And now that Shinyu has finally broken hers, maybe both of them can finally move forward, knowing that what they had was real, even if it didn't last forever. Because sometimes, leaving isn't the end of love. It's just a different way of keeping it alive.